Deep in the forests of North America and around the world, countless people claim to have seen something massive, covered in hair, and unlike anything known to science. For decades, eyewitnesses, hunters, and hikers have told their stories of encounters that defy explanation. Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, is a legendary ape-like creature said to inhabit the forests of North America, especially the Pacific Northwest, areas like Washington, Oregon, British Columbia, and Northern California. Witnesses describe Bigfoot as standing between 7 to 10 feet tall, covered in dark brown or black hair, having massive footprints, sometimes over 24 inches long, emitting a strong, foul odor described as a mix of rotten eggs and wet dog, and is capable of powerful guttural screams or howls heard deep in the woods. Hello and welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today I will be covering some very compelling Bigfoot sighting videos. Do you believe in Bigfoot? Comment below a foot emoji if you believe in Bigfoot. Before we get into it, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment, as it really helps my channel out and really makes the algorithm happy. Now, with all that out of the way, let's dive into it. Now, this first video comes from YouTube channel Clay Shiner. I have linked this channel and all others I talk about in today's video in my description if you want to check them all out. This is a really bizarre video. This was taken in Baxter, Tennessee on October 26, 2022. What really sticks out to me here is the very obvious ape-like movements this thing is making. Its arms are much longer than a human's would be, and we can see it using its arm to hold on to a tree like an ape might do. The arm length is really something interesting. I feel like we don't see this in a lot of Bigfoot videos, so to me, this makes this video extra special because of this feature. Can I say if it's real or not? Of course not. I don't know 100% if any of these videos are true, but the videos I am providing seem very compelling to me, to say the least. Video number 2 comes from Josh Highcliffe on YouTube. This was taken on October 24th, 2013 in Tunica, Mississippi, while he was on his hunting property. While I mentioned in the beginning of this video that Bigfoot sightings are usually seen around the Pacific Northwest, it's definitely not uncommon to find sightings in the American South as well. I believe a lot of times in that region they are called skunk apes. Someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. For being in 2013, this is pretty good quality of a video to me. I find it surprising that this Bigfoot doesn't seem to notice or care about someone being behind it. It appears to be hunched over and maybe stripping bark from a tree. I'm not entirely certain, but that's what it seems like to me. We can clearly see this Bigfoot or skunk ape is in a swamp setting, and while it seems to be stripping bark from a tree, maybe it's foraging for bugs, other kinds of food that it may eat. Obviously, we don't know what Bigfoot's diet is, but I would assume it's probably an omnivore like humans are, or at the very least an opportunistic carnivore. And as we continue to watch this, it very much has ape-like features to me, especially the shape of its head. It looks almost identical, to me anyway, of a gorilla's head. What do you think? Then, right at the end of this video, we see this creature stand up, and I can't really tell how tall it is just because there isn't much for me to reference, but I would assume it's pretty tall. And this absolutely frightens the man who is filming, and he takes off running. It doesn't appear that the skunk ape looks back at the person filming, but he could have, and it just wasn't caught on camera. I'm really not sure. Either way, this was pretty clear video, and I really don't know what I'm looking at here. Video number 3 is pretty short, but nonetheless an interesting one. It was uploaded to YouTube by user Ericus Maximus. In the description of the video he writes, "Footage of the Beast of Gum Hill while ATV riding on 4/5 of 09 at approximately 6:30 p.m. This is the second time I have seen this creature / Bigfoot called the Beast of Gum Hill. This is the first time we managed to capture it on video. This is the first known video footage of the Beast of Gum Hill. There was a still photo taken in the early 80s that I remember seeing. The camera used was a cheap digital VU.5.0 with waterproof case that I used while filming my ATV rides. Local legend has talked about this non-aggressive, reclusive beast for a little over 100 years. The beast of Gum Hill is around 7 feet tall and guesstimated at 350 pounds. I have used the name The Beast of Gum Hill on my ATV videos as a tribute to the local legend. This next video comes from u/samechemistry8965 on Reddit, posted 2 years ago. Their title said, "Did I just see a Sasquatch in Muir Woods whilst on a bike ride?" This is what they had to say on the post itself. "Hi, I am wondering what everyone else's opinion is on this. I was on a bike ride with my wife, and we suddenly started hearing like a fox scream, but it was more deep, which first doesn't concern me, because I'm not a local to these woods, so that could be all kinds of animals up here. I am just posting this on here because it seems like a bipedal animal, and it was about 8 to 9 feet tall, judging by the tree in front of it with the bark scratched off, which reached up to about 9 feet. And whatever it was, its head was reaching at that same area. So, whatever it was absolutely huge. When me and my wife went to go explore the area after it had run away, it absolutely stunk. It smelled so bad. My wife threw up. It smelled as if something was rotting. Now, I'm not trying to say that this was Bigfoot, but after a bit of research in these woods, Bigfoot sightings are quite common. So, I would like to hear your opinions on this." This next clip is from a 2008 video that surfaced in Carbondale, Pennsylvania. This is a video of an apparent white-colored Bigfoot. In 2008, a video surfaced on YouTube that was dubbed the Pennsylvania White Bigfoot clip, which was taken in Carbondale, Pennsylvania. For many years, the residents of Carbondale have reported some bizarre sightings of a white Bigfoot. Carbondale is a small city that was the site of the first underground mine in the United States. It used to be a major terminal of the Delaware and Hudson Railroad. In July of 2008, a local news station in Pennsylvania ran a story which talked about the white, possibly albino creature after receiving an anonymous email. It was said to be some sort of animal about 6 to 7 feet tall, which is 1.8 to 2.1 meters, covered in all white fur. The email specifically mentioned a wooded area in Carbondale near a mine reclamation site. In the video, as the man's camera hits the creature's face, it quickly moves away. This is really bizarre looking at it. I'm not sure I've ever seen anything like this, and quite honestly, it's a little hard to believe personally. I don't know if anybody who lives near this area has heard of these stories, but it's apparently been talked about since the 1970s with people seeing white Bigfoots in this area. Overall, this is incredibly bizarre, and it is a little strange, and I was having a tough time finding the exact source of this video itself, so if anybody knows of the source of this video, that would be wonderful. This next clip is the Marble Mountain Bigfoot sighting. The Marble Mountain video, running roughly 3 minutes long, is often cited as the longest alleged Bigfoot recording ever captured. Though widely debated among Bigfoot researchers and enthusiasts, it remains a staple of documentaries and television specials exploring the mystery. In June 2001, a Christian youth group camping in Northern California's Marble Mountains filmed what they believe could be a genuine Bigfoot encounter. The group, led by Jim Mills, a youth leader from the organization Campus Life, first stumbled upon a large shelter built from tree branches deep in the forest. Interestingly, none of the branches showed saw marks. They appeared to have been snapped and carried there by hand. The group speculated that this strange structure might be a Bigfoot nest. Moments later, they noticed a dark figure standing on a distant ridge. At about 1,200 meters away, Mills began recording. For the next 3 minutes, the figure could be seen moving across the ridge, its long arms swinging in a way that didn't quite match human motion. Witnesses estimated the creature stood between 2.5 and 3 meters tall, and its odd gait only added to the mystery. According to some accounts, the creature appeared to react to being watched, shouting, jumping, and even shaking a tree before vanishing into the forest. Viewers who analyzed the tape commented that the figure seemed to grow agitated when it realized it was seen. However, because the video was filmed from such a long distance, the figure appears as a blurred, pixelated silhouette. Personally, I do find this one interesting, although with it being so far away, it really makes things hard to determine size and details just because of the distance. It really kind of leaves things up in the air to get a definitive answer. Nonetheless, whatever this thing was, even if it was a person, would be a pretty large person, it seems like, considering how far away it was. I will note at times, it definitely looks like it's walking pretty funny. I can't tell if that's, because it seems to be walking in a decline, so they could be trying to balance their weight and not fall over. It does look very odd, though, in my opinion. I want to add, too, that watching this further, it really does seem quite odd in just the movement that whatever this thing is making. Could it be some person on drugs or drunk walking around and they may be lost? It's entirely possible. We can't really know. And maybe possibly they're wearing an oversized sweatshirt or a jacket, making them appear larger than they are and making their arms also appear longer than they are. I'm just guessing here and giving possible explanations that might not be supernatural. Although if it is supernatural, that would be much cooler than just some drunk guy walking around in the forest. What are your thoughts about this video? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to keep up with everything I post, and it really helps me with the algorithm. If you want to watch more videos like this one, you can click on the top right corner pop-up for a full playlist. You can also send me your very own alien or UFO sightings, paranormal stories, and any other creepy stories in the comments, or post on my subreddit r/ihaveaspookystory. And lastly, you can send them to my story submission Gmail, pinkpossiblystories@gmail.com. Maybe your story will be in a future video. Until next time, good night, sleep tight, and don't let the shadows bite.